Hello, and welcome to a Novel Connections live interview, Writers Trapped in War, Their Quest to Canada. Here I have with me Kate and Claire. Kate and Claire, say hello.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
I'm really excited about this interview. I've been really looking forward to it. We're going to start off by letting you ladies tell us a little bit about yourselves.
So this is Claire. I'm a suspense author, and Kate is my manager and my publicist, and also my sister. And there's actually another person who's involved in all of this, and that's our mom. She's not participating here, but it's just the three of us in this special situation, and the three cats also. Gilly, Henry, and Mary. I want to add them. Yes. Yeah.
They deserve their attention.
They deserve their place, yeah. And we're speaking from Israel. It's 10 p.m. here, so do forgive us. You know, yeah. Plus, it's about like a zillion degrees here, so yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. I bet you're talking. What you, Kate?
Well, as Claire said, I'm basically her publicist, her manager, which works well when you're a little sister.
Unfortunately, for the big sister, yes.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate revenge, everyone. It's the ultimate. The little sister gets to control the big sister. It's the ultimate revenge, I tell you. She planned it since she was born.
Yeah, and the only time I can actually give orders and tell her that I know what I'm talking about is when I'm acting as, well, the big manager. But yeah, well, it works. I recommend everyone to try it at least once with a family member.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. What a special relationship you guys must have. So tell us, why do you want to leave Israel?
Okay, so I'll answer that. I being Claire. Yeah, I know it's a bit confusing with the two of us. Well, the thing is that, we can very easily say that we don't belong here, which sometimes happens. Sometimes people are born where in a place they don't belong. But it's more complicated than that. I don't really like to say something negative about the country I was born in, but the fact is that there are very worrying issues here. Everyone probably knows about most, if not all of them, like the fact that this country is either in a war or between wars. That last war came too close. It also hit the city we live in. A building was hit, completely destroyed, not far from here. And it's terrifying, and there's constantly talk now about the other war, another war. It can be from the south, it can be from the north, it could be from where. And there are the terror attacks. Yeah. And there's the terror attacks, everyone knows about them. And then there's a very serious issue in the fact that we're women. It's not easy being a woman in Israel in terms of personal safety, in terms of personal freedom. Gender inequality is something that's becoming worse here. Women are being put down. Crimes against women are not prosecuted. In fact, crime in general is not prosecuted here anymore. Law and order is a problem here. You want something else? There is intolerance. There is an atmosphere here now of you either belong to, you're either with us or you're not. You need to conform. You need to conform to the opinions of the majority. If you don't, that's a problem. The reaction can be very extreme. Now, the thing is, look, we're very independent. My sister and I and our mom, she's a single mom. She raised us herself. She's very strong. We're independent. We support ourselves. We have our ideals and values. We believe in respecting people, respecting other beliefs, respecting other opinions. We advocate kindness, we advocate tolerance, and here we find ourselves having to keep our heads down, to keep our opinions to ourselves, to keep our lives to ourselves. Things are not easy here. It's very lonely and it's very scary. This is Israel today.
That's extremely unfortunate, to say the least. And how do your difficulties express themselves in your everyday lives?
Well,
Kate, you want?
yeah, we don't want to depress you, but Claire and I speak about that a lot. Yeah, Claire and I talk about that a lot. Imagine just hearing ambulances and police sirens outside, and you automatically, even without noticing, you stop, because you have these 30 seconds where you think that it might actually be a war siren and not an ambulance or
They
a
sound
police,
the same.
because it sounds the same when they start. They really sound the same, and it terrifies you, because I mean, you live your everyday life wondering if the next notification you get from the news will be of another missile that fell, or another terror attack that happens and another person died, and it just adds its tension, its fear. It's, even if you're not necessarily aware of it, it's inside, it's always there, it's every minute. And add to it the way Claire said, what she said about personal safety, it's the same thing. You go outside. Whenever I go outside or Claire go outside, we actually notify each other, because you're not necessarily really safe outside. It's more violent outside. You try not to be around crowds, because you never know when the next terror attack will happen, or you'll never know when the next crime will occur. And if you're, even as a woman, if you're safe around, because basically it's almost as if everything is allowed. And the word intolerance here is the perfect word, because it's about everything. Without that. Yeah.
So, why Canada?
I'm taking that one, Claire again. Canada is where we can actually live the life that we want to live. Canada has the values and the culture that we want to be a part of, that we are a part of. We know that no place is perfect, but at least Canada tries. Canada improves itself. It invests in people. It invests in education, in healthcare, in seniors, it invests in technology. It invests in the environment. It protects the environment. And it listens. I know sometimes you probably don't feel that that's the way it is, but Canada does listen, and Canada does want to be better for its people. It's funny. There was the G20 closed today in Germany, and Prime Minister Trudeau actually announced by tweet that announced Canada's contribution to help women entrepreneurs. I mean, we actually follow him, and you see this man, you see what he's trying to do, and I have to say also, Canadians are absolutely amazing. I mean, we knew you were nice. That's a large part of why we wanted to go to Canada. We knew you were nice, but we never expected, as soon as we came out with our story, wanting to help. I mean, you people are amazing. And, you know, we live here, you live there, and the Canada that we see it is absolutely the opposite of where we live now. And it's beautiful. For one thing, have you taken a look at the country you live in? It's beautiful and it's big and there's so much space and you have so many opportunities. I mean, I don't know, take it for granted, I don't know, but so many opportunities and you're safe and you get a chance to give back to a country, to a society that gives back to you. And if you don't like something, you can affect change. You can call out, you can protest, you can elect new officials, you can voice your opinions freely. You have freedom. You have unlimited freedom. And for us, such a society is a dream. It's simply a dream. That's where we want to live. And by the way, I'm sorry about all the moving around, but Mary the cat just decided that she wants to come. And here's a tale. She says she just sits beside me when I work, so she decided that she can come and sit here. So apologies.
You're trying to be serious, and then you have a cat tail just moving into your face.
She's the softest fat cat, and she'll be coming, of course, to Canada with us, and she's sweet.
Yeah.
Sorry about Sorry about the disruption.
Oh, that's fine. I love kitties. I actually don't live in Canada. I thought that I should put that out there. I live in the United States. Only a couple hours from Canada. I have family in Canada. I'm very close to Canada. And I would say that in terms of the way that you guys are describing Canada, I would say that the United States is pretty similar in that way. And so far I'm just very amazed by what I'm hearing. My eyes are opening up quite a lot. It's been very empowering. So let's move on. What are your plans in Canada? How do you see your life there?
Well, for one thing, when we get there, we would get there, get to a good place that we can live in, a good place that our mom will like. She deserves that. She stands behind us amazingly. We know that it won't be easy to move from country to country. We'll need to settle. We'll need to get used to the place. We'd love to find a nice place to live in and get to know it, and get to know the people around us and have friends and just have lives. And again, the thing is that obviously we know we're going to have to get used to a new place, but the irony is that we're actually gonna have to hit the ground running, because we're coming with our business as an author and a publisher. There are books that need to be there. We got 2 books on Amazon that need to be, that Kate is working to publicize and again to promote, and she's got all the vocabulary. I just write, and there are books that need to be written. We have another one coming out soon, so we're going to be very busy, and we hope that we're going to be very busy living, which is something we're not doing here. Just living the way we want to live.
Absolutely. What obstacles have you run into trying to immigrate to Canada?
Oh, that's Kate.
Yeah. Well,
she runs this.
Yeah. We, first of all, say that we started the process 100% legally. We even took lawyers because we were told that that's the best way to deal with all the documentation. And we applied for visas and we didn't receive answers. And lawyers, we spoke with what you call immigration consultants, that people you have all over the world. And we tried to find out what the limitations are. And apparently we found ourselves stuck in a in a loop. I mean, someone called it, a friend of ours, a Canadian friend of ours, called it a limbo. And we found ourselves facing of points where the system basically sees only numbers and papers and doesn't see the people. And it's something that we couldn't break. I mean, basically lawyers and representatives looking at a computer, some kind of software, putting in some details, and bang, you don't fit. Why? No special reason. We were even told that our age is not enough. 3 women, highly educated, English speakers. We have our own an author business, and we can't get in. And we never got a clear explanation. We asked attorneys and also other people, can we approach anyone? Can we explain that we are an exception? And basically no one has the answer. Attorneys don't have an answer. It's the system.
How frustrating.
Basically it.
Yeah, I'd like to add.
You guys must feel.
By the way, I'm sorry, but I'd like to add that the first visa submissions were 930 days ago, 2.5 years ago. Nothing since. And the thing is that when we started, we weren't even. I wasn't an author yet, and Kate was a specialist. Crisis management in the media, and media crisis management. Okay, she says the title a lot better than I am. My apologies. And I was our mom actually started. She wanted to raise us properly. She actually started a translation business, so we had that 2.5 years ago. And since then, a little more than a year ago, Kate and I started Author and Sister. And we have developed a lot since then. And we have in the immigration offices, no one knows this about us in Canada. That's why we had to come out, because no one knows this about us.
We also wrote letters. I mean, we decided to just start doing it on our own, trying to get attention. And we wrote letters to Prime Minister Trudeau and to the Minister of Immigration, Ahmed Hussein, and to other members of parliament. And we didn't receive responses. And we know that they received these letters. And we sent them basically every day. I sat here and sent them via fax, email. I also sent letters, snail mail. It arrives by any way possible.
Wow. I can't imagine how frustrating that this process has been for you guys, especially not getting any responses. You seem to, I think that it might give you some peace of mind if they at least gave you an answer as to why this is either taking so long or why you're being denied, but you seem to be getting nothing. So why did you decide to approach the media?
Well, exactly because of that, because once you find yourself in front of a system, a number system, and no one is giving you answers, let's just say that we didn't do it to make anyone angry or to attack anyone. We did it because there is no other way. Our approaching the media is our way to get the Prime Minister's attention and members of exactly the type of immigrants that you want. Hear us.
Yeah.
Just hear us. We are here. Notice us and talk to us, because that's something we haven't been able to reach. So the media is really our only way.
Yeah. Now, why should you be the ones to come to Canada?
Oh, great question, isn't it? That's the funny thing. We listen a lot to what Prime Minister Trudeau has to say. He spoke of the kind of people he wants to bring to Canada. He spoke about openness and inclusion. He spoke about attracting to Canada the kind of people who are creative. Well, something, look at us. We are educated. We're highly educated. We're certainly creative. And we fight. We are fighting here to make our dreams come true. We are fighting to get into Canada. And we will actually bring to Canada everything that we are. And it is our intention to integrate, to become in Canada, to become the Canadians that Canada wants. We already share the ideals, we share the culture, we share the aspirations that Canadians have for their country. So we will be Canadians if Canada lets us. We just needed to open the door.
Yeah. Where would you like to live in Canada? Where do you see yourselves?
Well, we've been researching Canada for a very long time now, learning a lot. Amazing people, by the way, who have been helping us and that we're now proud to call friends. What we noticed was that the best places that fit basically our interests and our needs and our businesses' needs, of course, are Ontario and Alberta. We have to consider, I mean, not only ourselves, but also that we, as Claire said, we have to hit the ground running, and we have a business to manage. And these are the best places. And we also have friends there that simply really want to hug us. So we want to, the cat is bothering. So, we keep hearing from a lot of people. I mean, there are, by the way, two people that I really want to mention here. One of them is an author, Adam Dries, who is sitting in Calgary. And what a sweetheart. He told us so much about Canada. He gave us a beautiful analysis of Canada. And also Mickey Mickelson, who basically is now investing his soul in helping us. And there are so many other people there that simply care and are pushing to help us in. They're doing what the government. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, correct me if I pronounce this wrong. What do you want to say to PM Trudeau?
Trudeau, the Prime Minister.
Trudeau. Okay.
Canada's Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau.
Oh, Prime Minister Trudeau.
It's a pretty amazing Prime Minister, by the way.
Justin Trudeau. He's quite amazing, and he looks good, by the way.
I've heard a lot of really good things about him, and he's very young too.
He is.
Yeah, and his tweets are. If you look at his tweets, if you look at what he says, the statements he issues, he emanates hope. That's what he.
You can see that he cares.
Evokes in people.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, which leads me to believe that he hasn't heard your story yet.
That's the thing.
I don't think he's directly heard it.
Exactly. We really think that if he had heard the story, he would have done something, because that's the kind of man he is. It sounds like it. I mean, when he interviews in the media, when he speaks to his people, you can see it. You can see that he means it and he cares. And we have the experience. I mean, we follow other leaders, so you see the difference. And what we want to tell him is that we hear you, we listen to you, and you call for productive immigrants. You call for people who want to be Canadians, who want to be a part of Canada, to fully integrate and to help grow this country. Also culturally, this is us. So hear us. And do something. Read our letters and go check who we are. Enter even our website on authorandsister.net. All the information is there. But we are exactly the people that you have been speaking of every time you have an interview about the topic.
We'd like to prove it.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, we're kind of, we feel forgotten, we feel forgotten outside. We kind of feel forgotten.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would be feeling the same way. Now, what would you like our listeners to do?
Well, I could think of several things. First of all, if you're Canadians, then feel free to write to us. You can find all our contacts also on our website. First of all, if you live in a nice place, send us pictures. Tell us what you love about the place. Tell us maybe why we should come live there, because we will live in Canada. So we need a place to live. We need a city. We need a town. Send us. We will read everything. We will respond to everything. We're really curious. We're not just saying that. We would really love to learn more about Canada. If you have tips, you have interesting websites, whatever you have, send it to us. As far as we're concerned, we're part of Canada. And the second thing is,
we're looking for a nice place to live.
Yeah, and on a different note, Prime Minister Trudeau, the Minister of Immigration, all of the leaders of Canada are on Twitter, and all of them have emails and fax numbers. Please just message them, write to them, ask them to notice us, tell them who we are, even send them to our website. If they'll see that other people want to help us, then they will help us. So we are asking for Canadian support. And frankly, we expect the United States to be our neighbors. So, hey, if America, if you want us to be your neighbors, I mean, send a letter of support. Why not? I assume that Canada will respond to you the same way they'll respond to its own citizens.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that either one of you would like to say before we end this interview?
I'd like to say something. Being clear again. Yeah. I'd like to say something. You know, we're just asking Canada to open the door. We don't even need jobs. We're bringing our jobs with us. An author and a publicist, we're bringing our jobs with us. Seriously, I mean, look us up on Amazon. We've got 2 books. Well, a couple of months, we've got another one coming out, and another one after that. I mean, like 2017, there'll be 2 more. We want to grow, and we want to do this in Canada. We want to be Canadians. We just need an open door. That's it. We really aren't asking for anything else. We are used to, we're fighters. We're used to doing things ourselves, people. We're used to it. We've lived in Israel our entire lives. We've been alone. Again, a mother and 2 daughters, you can imagine what that's like. We're used to fighting. We're used to...
We're strong women.
Very strong. We just want an open door, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How about you, Kate? Is there anything that you'd like to add before we end this interview?
Well, Claire actually did say it all. I'll emphasize only one thing. Again, open door. We will do the rest. It's our job to prove that we're worthy and that we'll do the job. So let us in. Basically, you won't be risking anything. And if I may I mention our Twitter handles?
Absolutely. So any links, anywhere that Twitter can find you.
So I'll start with the website is, as I said, www.authorandsister.net. Our Twitter handles are, well, the easy one is the handle Author and Sister. And the second one is Claire Everward, which is EVERWARD. And our Facebook pages are also Kate Ann Everward and Anna Claire Everward. And I don't know if you're interested in looking at the books, then on Amazon, just search for Anna Claire Everward and you'll find them there. And really, we'll answer any message, and we'll be happy to find new friends also, whether from the US or Canada or anywhere else.
Yeah.
But we love meeting new friends. So yeah, be our friends.
Well, I would like to thank you two women for coming here today, especially it being so late over where you are, to tell your story. I feel extremely empowered. I brings on a whole new perspective. You know, I hear the stories, we all hear the stories, but when you hear it from the source, when you hear it from people who experience it and live it every day, it really puts it into perspective, and it makes me realize that in that way I am privileged, and many of the viewers are probably privileged in that way too. And there's nothing wrong with being privileged as long as people use their privilege to help those who are not. And I hope that that's what some people can take away today, is that do whatever you can to help these two women, and they're not the only ones experiencing this. And I just want to thank you. You've really empowered me.
Thanks, Cassandra.
That was well said. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for doing this. Also, every shout out just means something. It brings us closer to someone upstairs.
Yeah, absolutely.
It brings us closer to home.
Yeah.
Simply closer.
Okay,
home.
well, I think that about wraps it up for our live interview. Thank you for everybody who have tuned in. Remember to go to www.anovelconnection.com to subscribe to the Netflix of books. Make sure that you find Kate and Claire on Facebook, Twitter, and Amazon. Thank you to them for joining us for the interview, and thank you to all of you, and have a good day.
Thank you.